So our goal was to go from 12 meters to figure out how many centimeters that is. Okay? And we said that we wanted two methods to be able to do it. We wanted to use our cheater method by using that King Henry. And then we also wanted to, and this is the most important piece, is to be able to understand how to multiply or divide by a power of 10. All right? So I'm going to start off with my King Henry. So if we can remember that King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. And we can create our steps there. Those steps are the steps for the prefixes within the metric measurements that we use. And each one of these steps we know is a power of 10. Okay? We need 10 to get there. All right? So we are starting right now at B, the base, because the base always will include either meters, if we're talking about measuring distance, liters if we're talking about capacity, and grams if we're talking about mass. Okay? So liters, meters, and grams isn't on King Henry. We need to understand that that's part of the B base. Okay? King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. All right? Now, we're going to start right here at the base, and we're moving up to centimeters. So by using this chart, we can take our decimal point and move it 1, 2 spots. So I can take my 12, and the decimal point's right here, and you can see I'm moving this to the right, so I'm going to move it 1, 2 spots. Does that make sense to everybody? I fill in the zeros, and now I know that 12 centimeters is equal to, 12 meters is equal to 1,200 centimeters. All right? So that's how we use our chart. We start we go from where we started, 12 meters, and we move it up 1, that's 120 decimeters, and move it up 1 more, that's 1,200 centimeters. Okay? And we get a little phone call. Can you just answer that and tell them I'm not available if they ask for me, please? Thank you. And I'll call them right back. All right. Now to the main part of what we really need to know. Okay? And that is that for every 1 meter we have, okay, she can get it at the end of period. End of period. Okay? We can multiply that. For every 1 meter, we have 100 centimeters. Does that make sense to everybody? Okay? So right now, I know that we have 12 meters. And if we want to convert that to centimeters, we just need to multiply that by 10 to the first. That's one group, 1/10. 10 to the second. So if I multiply that by 10 to the second power. So we can still use this King Henry piece to show our multiplication. That's essentially what we're doing. For every 1 step that we move up to the right, we're multiplying by a power of 10. 10 to the first. This shows that we're multiplying by 10 to the second. If we move to the left, then we would be dividing by 10 to the first, 10 to the second. So the multiplication or division is determined by which way we move on our chart. If we're going to the right, it's multiplication. If we're going to the left, it's division. If we move to the right, we're getting bigger. If we move to the left, we're getting smaller. We okay with that? So then when we do this, it just essentially becomes 12 times 100. And we talked about earlier today, we don't have to do this because the exponent tells us how many places we need to move the decimal point. So it goes just like this, 2 spots to the right. 2 spots to the right, 2 zeros, so we move it 2 spots to the right, and it becomes 12. Okay? Now kids, that video will be available for you. I'll put it under video in chapter 1 for lesson 1-3. Keep in mind this lesson is not tested in math class, but you will have a benchmark in science. Okay? And I'll share this with the science teacher.